Today is a very special day because today happens to be also Mother's Day. And with me are my very special friends and collaborators, amazing musicians and amazingly gifted with looks, brains, and talent and a generosity of spirit. You know, they are collaborators, they make beautiful music when they work together. And over to them now, which is a very unusual sound birthed in Bengaluru during the last edition of Under the Raintree Women's Cultural Festival that happened in November 2019. All of it seemed so long ago, and we were eagerly looking forward to this year's edition. But I think we will make it happen. If not on ground, it will be online. But today I want Manasi and Shalini to talk about this fabulous new song that they're releasing on the occasion of Women's Day. Today your song is out, right? Today is Women's Day. This Sunday is Women's Day. So let's talk about it.
It's actually Mother's Day, but
oh, sorry,
generally mothers are women.
Yeah, right. I've got that in my head all the time.
So, okay, I'll go first and then Shalini can chip in. So, first of all, we want to begin by wishing everybody who's watching this a very happy Mother's Day. And the genesis for both the song and the idea of releasing it on Mother's Day is that we believe that, of course, you know, mothers are the ones who've given birth to all of us. But beyond that, there are mothers in a lot of different ways too. You know, you can be a mother to a child, of course, or you can be a pet parent, or you can be a mother to a great idea. And so we believe that in addition to the traditional definition of mothers, and there's the Mother Earth, there's the Mother Goddess. So there are so many different connotations in which we see the mother. And we believe there's a little bit of a mother in all of us. And that's the reason why this track, which is actually called Janani, Janani meaning mother, is coming out on Mother's Day as a tribute to all the mothers and the mothers in all of us.
Oh, that's great. Shalini, how did you get involved in this project?
Like we had done a few shows, you know, one of them being Under the Raintree Festival, right? So, and I had known Manasi from school. In fact, we studied together in Bishop Cotton's and then we did engineering together, and somehow life took us on different paths. But I was very surprised to meet her for a project with the British Council. We had done a show once at the Infosys Auditorium, and from there we kept in touch. And then somehow this came together with Sumana and, you know, Priya. So when she told me about this concept of Janani, I thought it was perfect for motherhood, because the way we describe motherhood today, as when compared to say even 10 years ago, is vastly different, because the way we see a mother today is very different. So a mother needn't just be a biological mother, a person who gives birth to a child, but now we have people who aren't necessarily born as women, but who now identify themselves as women. Transgenders, you have people in a same-sex marriage, someone who is not naturally a woman, but who takes on the role of a mother despite being a man. So, you know, the concept of motherhood is so beautiful. It's so much more comprehensive today. So Janani somehow, for me, like I'm not inherently, even though my grandfather was a Carnatic musician, I'm not inherently a Carnatic musician, but when she explained the whole idea behind the sound and then the modern sounds came in together, it seemed perfect, because there is no one way a mother can be described now. There is no stereotype that this is how she looks, this is how she is, you know, it needn't be a she. So there is no definition for a mother, because a mother is an all-giving, all-loving, all-embracing entity. So, and I think that's what the song is. It's got the modern feel. It's of course got the Carnatic foundation. It's got the Ghatam, it's got the drums, and it's got an electric bass. So it's got everything. It's got the classical and it's got the modern. So I think that's what a mother is today. She's everything.
Okay, I think Sumana has just logged in. Sumana, are you there?
I see her now, yes.
Yeah, hi, hi Sumana. Hi.
Sumana, we can't hear you. So it's saying connecting to audio.
Hey, hi. Sure.
So here we see Sumana, who is the percussionist in the band. And she's going to tell us now what have you contributed in this song of Janani?
So this particular song, it's a very popular song in Carnatic music, and of course there's a certain way of accompanying this song when we play regular kacheris. But this was really interesting for me because the other percussion that is there in this piece is the drums. So also it was interesting for me to see how I can go along with it, because the two of us had to be speaking to each other. We couldn't go off in two separate directions. So that for me was very interesting, and that I think has added a very different flavor to the song itself, because it's not a regular Carnatic kind of accompanying. Although you will find that in some places, of course, I come in, it's very obvious, that there is a Carnatic flavor in it. But it was, I think we meet at some point, both of us, as the drummer, actually the bass guitarist also. I mean, Shalini also, there's a certain rhythm she is layering onto it. So all three of us as people who are keeping percussion had to in some ways come together, which was very interesting for me.
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit more about this song, this Carnatic song, on which this whole composition has been layered?
So I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. So basically, the Carnatic base for the song comes from two compositions. One of them is by Shama Shastri, one of the Trinity, and the other one, Bale Balendu Bhushani, is also by one of the Trinity, that is Saint Tyagaraja. And both these compositions, what's interesting is they are both based in the same raga called Reethi Gowla. It's a beautiful melody of Carnatic music. It goes sa ga ri ga ma ni da ma ni ni sa ni da ma ga ma pa ma ga ri sa ni pa ni ni sa. So it's got a sort of I don't know, very interesting flavor. It's one of my favorite ragas, and the two compositions both speak about Mother Goddess in different ways. The composition by Shama Shastri, which is in Telugu, is saying Janani Ninnu Vina Dikkevaramma, which is, without you, what direction do I have in this world? That you are the one who can show me the direction, show me the path, which is sort of so appropriate, as I said, not just for mothers but for women as a whole. And the second song, Bale Balendu Bhushani, is again about the Mother Goddess, and it talks about her as Dharma Samvardhini. One who maintains sort of dharma or order in some sense in this whole universe. So for me, sort of bringing those two compositions together as the seed of the idea was interesting. Yes, it's not sort of our own composition. We are paying homage to the greats of Carnatic music in some way. And then we decided to sort of bring that and meet it with something a little more contemporary, which is sort of course, the funk element that the bass guitar brings in, and the keyboards, of course, and rap.
The rap,
So
yes.
we have So you've heard the song, or you're going to hear it.
Yeah, I got a sneak preview, and today being Mother's Day, I thought that's a most wonderful gift that I got, right, from all of you. And I'm so happy that all of you birthed your Metronome Station at our festival, right? You're also mothers of this whole band. Isn't that a wonderful accomplishment?
So on behalf of all of us, I just wanted to say, of course, it's not the end, but I wanted to say thank you so much to you and to the Raintree Women's Festival, because if it was not for the platform the festival provided, I don't think, even though we all know each other, I don't think we would have ever come together unless you put that gun at our head and said, come on girls, do something.
That's so beautiful. And the way you took the challenge, I mean, you are all accomplished in your own way, and you could have easily said, who is this person to make us do something that we haven't done? But I love the way that you picked up the challenge and you decided, I want to do this. I want to do this, and we are going to work together and bring out a beautiful, peppy, contemporary feel to traditional music. And I know the other two band members are not here, but do you want to just run past the whole list of names for us?
Oh, it's just one name. It's Priya, which both of them share. They both
okay. Right. Dr. Priya Andrews on the drums and Padma Priya on the keyboards, right? See, an interesting question, which I'm sure everybody would be asking you is, you had this idea some time ago, but by the time you already got onto it, you were in lockdown. So how difficult was it? I know many musicians are used to practicing their segments by themselves, but this is quite interesting challenge, right? So how did you make it work?
I think before the lockdown, we had an opportunity to have to play this track for one of the shows we performed at.
Okay.
So, and apart from the question that has to be answered, I just want to say that despite the number of projects I've worked with, this was one of the easiest because as women, we were ready to come for rehearsals at 6:30 or 7 in the morning, and people were on time, and each one of us have our commitments at home. It's not just waking up, brushing our teeth, and coming over.
Right.
Making sure there are mothers in this group, like they made sure the kids were okay before they came in at 7 in the morning and stuff like that. So it was fantastic actually to come in together. And we, like I said, we had the opportunity to perform the song. So it wasn't that tough to exactly put it together because we kind of had our parts figured out. But what was a challenge was to bring ourselves together in this lockdown, put together a video.
Okay.
So I think that's where Manasi took an initiative of contacting a videographer, friend of hers.
Okay.
So of course we couldn't meet each other. We couldn't do fantastic shots and have a storyline that we wanted. So we decided that we would make it look as authentic as a home video as possible. Each one of us took our own shots of what we played, what we contributed in the song, tried to look nice in the frame, unlike what is happening now. So we took video shots and we sent it over to this person called Srinivas, and he has put it together quite well.
I can see Manasi's daughter.
Do you want to say hi? Yeah, she just popped in to see why I rushed off from the game of Uno.
I know, like the saying goes, when a child is born, there are 3 people who are born. Now, the child, the mother, and the father. So it's a day that the whole family has to celebrate, or 2 mothers can celebrate, or the children can celebrate. I'm just waiting to see how my son is going to celebrate it for me. I'm just waiting for him to get home.
Yeah. This is not directly...
Sorry. They
Go
also
ahead,
say
Shalini.
the mother is born when the child is born, but the mother is born when she starts carrying the child as soon as it's conceived. And sometimes early.
Correct. That's true. It's just an idea, even when you start thinking that you want to be a mother. I think the whole, the urge to be a mother, I don't know where it comes from, huh? It just starts, it's the biology playing out, I think.
Well, I partly agree, and I've started thinking a lot about this because I'm someone who, contrary to my very traditional classical musician image, never had motherhood in my list of things that I want to do. I saw myself getting married maybe, but I never saw myself being a mother. One of the reasons being, I believe artists in some way are inherently very selfish people because you have to be self-centered to put yourself out and create. And I feel motherhood is one of the very sacrificing, very giving sort of aspects of life. And I didn't see the both of them coming together. So I surprised myself when, we made the choice to become parents. Having said that, and this is something that I've thought a lot about, I don't believe that, every woman has a mother in them or something like, or a mother in the traditional sense. And, one of the best things that my mother did for me was she never planted those seeds of, when you're a mother, you'll have to be a mother someday. Those were never part of the conversation. And so today, when I find myself talking to my daughter and saying sometimes, when you have a baby in your tummy, I catch myself and I say, if you want to be a mom and have a baby in your tummy, that's fine. But if you want to be a pet parent, like, Shalini is this mother to this amazing set of dogs. And, Sumana is a mother to countless ideas that she births as a musician and at the India Foundation for the Arts. And there are so many ways that, I believe motherhood is just being birthing and nurturing something in some way. So somehow I find myself wondering whether, every woman has this urge of motherhood in them or not. I think it's a very individual thing.
I agree.
Yeah, and exactly contrary to that, when I was in school, I had taken up home science, and my entire project revolved around children. And it was in the 9th and 10th grade, I knew that I would grow up and have about 6 children of my own. So things change, you know. So yeah.
Where are your children now?
So,
Where are they currently? Shalini, where are your...
apparently they're everywhere.
No, Shalini, can you hear me? Where are your children right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Where are they around you? Where are they?
Yeah, they're having their afternoon nap after a
Oh,
very heavy meal.
okay. Very nice indeed. Very nice. Okay. So I like the idea, you know, that Manasi floated, Sumana, that you are the mother for so many ideas, you know, and that's what I feel about the books that my company publishes. And each time it comes out, I think, oh my God, I've given birth to another woman. By now, of course, I wouldn't have had room in my house had they been real children. But it's so hard to pick, you know, which one is your favorite, because you looked after them, and it takes me, you know, some books come out faster and some books take a very long, it's a long labor. So I get the fact that, you know, you can be a mother in a creative field, you can be an actual mother, you can be a pet mother, and you can just be, you know, take on a mother role in your organization or in any creative thing, right? That's a beautiful sentiment. So
I'd
you
just
know,
like to add,
yeah.
I think there's something that I read very recently, and this author wrote so beautifully that in current times, what is it that the world needs, and what is it that will lead the world? And this author said, I forget the name of the author, but he said it's we need women leaders, and there's a beautiful justification to that. But in essence, what he's saying is, and I completely resonate with this idea, which is why I thought I should share it with you all, is that when we talk about motherhood, in essence, what we are talking about is truly ideas of compassion, of empathy, of large-heartedness, of being able to embrace a lot of things in our own lives, to the idea of being giving. I think these are basically principles that, in times that we have with the current pandemic, a lot of us have had this time to reflect on our own lives, on our choices, on the relationships we've been having with people around us. So I think what Janani could also stand for in this moment is really about giving, about empathy and compassion for the whole world.
That's a beautiful sentiment, really, Sumana. And I think I would regard your song as a homage to Mother Earth itself. We have done her so much harm, so much damage. This is the time that we all should have learned our lessons, hopefully, and we are going to not continue the same way that we are. We are going to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be, and help others also to do the best that they can, I think. And on that note, I'm now going over and putting the link to your song. So the whole world is going to be rejoicing today. That is Mother's Day. And we are going to say that this is homage to Mother Earth, and embrace all mothers like us, mothers of ideas, mothers of pets, mothers of humans, mothers of the whole universe. All right? See you on the other side. Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.